Well, today on Speaking of Horses, we're going to introduce you to some beautiful Friesians from both Transitions Equestrian Center and from the Majestic Friesians in Michigan. They got some wonderful horses, wonderful stories. We got some great things to show you. Let's learn a lot more about this wonderful, rare and ancient Majestic Friesian.
Hi, my name is Melissa Ashcraft. I am the owner and head instructor at Transitions Equestrian Center. We are a boarding and training facility in LaPorte, Indiana. We work with everything from beginner to advanced riders in English, Western disciplines. We also do a lot of educational events, entertainment shows, kids camps, everything that you can ask for. We have horses that are old and retired up to, $50,000, $60,000 Friesians and Andalusian stallions.
So, Melissa, how long have you been at this facility now?
I opened it about 2.5 years ago.
But now you've got quite a history prior to Transitions here, so tell us a little bit about how you got started with horses and how you wound up here.
Well, long story short, my family is into zoos. So animals is a normal thing, and they're also into performing in theater. So when I grew up, I mixed horses and performing in theater, and that's what we kind of do. But long story short, I've been riding my entire life. I started off as a trainer here. That's why I kind of moved back to LaPorte. But then when I was about 22 years old, I went on the road with the world famous Lepazon Stallion show. I was on the road for about 5 years, almost 6 years. We performed all over the world in front of about 10,000 people a night. And we would go home for about a week out of the year. So on the road, we performed with 15 stallions. We did everything from halt to call, the high performance airs above the grounds and the drills and everything else. So it was a chance of a lifetime. And that's kind of when I retired from the road. That's how I met Lori Brock and the Friesians. Is I missed the performing, but I didn't miss the gypsy life. So Lori and I started talking, and she had a couple beautiful Friesian stallions that were 4 years old at the time, which was Nitrous and Prodigy. So we started talking and working together, and I took the boys, and we've been performing ever since. Honestly, from the minute they hit the arena, their first expo, they've been stars. We've performed everywhere from the Fantasia in Ohio, big Friesian events. We just got done performing at Briarfest with KYB, Dan James, Nitrous, and I think that's the biggest honor of it all, is to see the two naughty Friesians that I started with at 4 years old. Prodigy, literally our first expo was me walking out, because he was so bad, and you'll see a lot of Prodigy today, but it was literally me walking out, standing there with the rope and saying, "Just go." And I had the most dramatic music from God of War, the video game, and it was just drums beating. And our first performance was me staying there with the rope and him exploding and leaping, and then I turned and the crowd's just going nuts, and we walked out. So to see them go from that to, everybody knows Prodigy and Nitrous now, and Nitrous now has a Briar horse, and kind of makes you get choked up to people literally drive 9 hours, and they cry when they meet the horses at the stalls, because they mean that much to them, and that gets Lori and I pretty much.
And that's what Briarfest is really about.
Yeah.
When you go to Briarfest,
Yeah.
so many of the people that are at Briar, and there's thousands and thousands there at the Kentucky Horse Park, is the fact that they love horses, but they may not own horses, and their whole horse world may very easily be one shelf in their bedroom if they live in Manhattan or they live in downtown Chicago or wherever. They get to come to the horse park, they get to see the horse perform, and then they get to go back to the stalls
and meet
view the horse. And it turns you and the horse, and mainly the horse, into a real star for
Yes.
these people, and
Yes.
they are just so appreciative of
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah, and the thing is I don't think that people, at least for Lori and I don't think that people know how much that we really appreciate it. In the beginning, it really seemed like Lori and I were the only ones that believed in the boys. And even the trick stuff, people would ask all the time, why do you do tricks? Why do you waste your time with tricks? But I think that the part that people don't understand is all of the stallions are really, really well versed. I mean, they're gorgeous dressage horses. You know what I mean? They're amazing Liberty horses, everything else. But the tricks is the hardest one, I believe. In order to, you can keep a dressage horse moving when they get nervous and they get scared, but there's a lot of pressure on when people are there to see a trick horse, because they have to do their tricks. And in order for them to do their tricks, they have to be calm and quiet. When you get in front of about 10,000 people, it's not very easy to keep them calm and quiet. So why I went from, because I'm a Grand Prix dressage rider, I'm a bronze and silver medalist, but why I like to do the tricks is just because, I mean, it's tough. And the dressage is the foundation for in between each trick. You can't just go out and do, like Prodigy and I put on a 20-minute performance. You can't do that with just doing tricks. You have to have the dressage to go in between, So it's good.
But the tricks are also a part of, the thing you need. Dressage is basically you and the horse. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're
Yep.
the expert, I'm not. But it's you and the horse, progressing through levels of training
Yes.
as a team.
Yes,
Okay?
yes,
And the tricks are another way to make sure that you can bring that horse to you and be responsive to you.
Yeah.
Rather than just look what they can do.
yeah,
It's another avenue to keep that horse totally focused on you and
exactly,
what you want.
exactly. Yeah, especially with like Prodigy. He's grown into an amazing, just dressage horse. He does piaffe passage, changes, everything else. But when I first got Prod, he was kicked out of 9 different trainers before I got him. And I know several of the trainers, they were good. But Prodigy was just that bad. So Lori always had a joke, and she would say, I don't get it, because, Prodigy and I bonded from day one. And we're both Geminis, and we're both born on the same day, May 28th. So, it's the sign of the twin. But yeah, he was pretty naughty. So in order to get him to trot or to canter, the first time I got him like really canter, it's like I won the Olympics. Like I'm just like on his neck, like you did it, Prod, you cantered, But the tricks, he's always loved it. That's what he's such a ham that he'll go and he'll push the ball by himself. He'll stand on a pedestal by himself just to kind of get attention. So yeah, that's what he chooses to do. But the other nice thing is when you're performing, there's so many horse people that go to the shows, or like a husband gets dragged and he doesn't know what he's looking at. So like I've seen beautiful people, beautiful riders do shoulder and half passes, changes, and people don't really know what that is. I can appreciate how hard that is, and a lot of, some people can appreciate how hard that is, but when you get a big black horse out there, or a big white horse out there, and they're doing a Spanish walk, or a rear, or a sit down, or a lay down, then people know, like, I haven't seen very many horses sit like a dog, you know what I mean? So it just enhances
What enhances it is like when you travel with Lipizzans, you had one of the oldest and purest of breeds.
Yeah.
Okay. But as long as you're traveling with a horse with that history and that look.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you go to the Friesians, it's kind of a light draft in a way, but just the way they're put together, they're fluid, they're always black, there's no white permitted except maybe a star or snip.
No, they're not even.
The long flowing manes and the feathering, it's a gorgeous horse to just look at.
Yeah.
So when you add the other things to it, you've really got a package.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, you were involved recently in a movie. We talked to Lori a bit ago about the movie, but from a trainer's aspect, tell us a little bit about this movie that's coming up.
Well, a little bit about the movie. I love the movie. I think that they honestly did a fantastic job. The quality of the film, was amazing. But Castile the writer did an amazing job of taking horse stories and horse movies have become so, I don't know a good word for it. It's almost the same story. You know what I mean? Little girl finds a horse and dad won't let her keep it, and
Right.
they win a race and da 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 da. So Castile, I really enjoyed the movie because she was able to take Nitrous, big Friesian stallion, make him the star of the show, and it was not corny. It was actually very witty, and it was just a whole different turn and take on horse movies that you haven't seen out there. And I heard her say that she that was kind of her goal, was to bring it back to the Black Stallion, back when it was the original thing, So doing the movie stuff, and we do a lot of photo shoots and commercials and all that stuff, but that was great because it was it was a nice challenge. They handed you a script, and they had it all mapped out where I want the horse to do this and this and this. So it was just a nice challenge because you had to get the stallions to do all of it in sequences. And we would, practice where a little girl would, or a couple people would be up there, and I'd be standing in the back, and the stallions would have to be paying attention to me, even though there's somebody else working with them. So I mean, it was a lot of fun. Actually, it made it fresh again.
And you're right, because I've seen so many of these horse movies.
Yeah.
Where it's the little girl has got a problem. She goes to spend the summer at a
Yeah.
ranch. Finds a horse.
It's the same movie.
Story.
Yeah,
It's like when I watched all the old cowboy movies.
Yeah.
Like with Roy Rogers, it was always helping some woman save a ranch.
Yeah.
Always had to save the ranch.
Yeah.
This way, with a complete different story block, and the horses as a part of that story block, it's neat. Now, it's going to be previewed at the Equestrian Film Festival in Manhattan the end of November.
Yeah.
Had to be a great experience.
Yeah, oh yeah, and we're hoping to, that was a dream come true for Lori and I, so, we're hoping to continue doing it and getting the boys, because the boys are just getting cooler and cooler, so we're hoping to keep them in it,
Like I call them the boys.
Yeah, oh, they're the boys, yeah, so.
So Melissa, people want to find out more about transitions, and you're in a beautiful part of this area here around the port. I mean, the countryside is fantastic. You gotta have some trails out there somewhere you can ride.
Oh yeah, we've got trails and we've got the beach. You can go ride on the dunes.
Yeah, you're
and
not
all
far
that
from
stuff.
Indiana Dunes, right?
No, we're very close to Indiana Dunes.
So how do people get a hold of you?
Well, we have a really strong Facebook page, so you can visit us on Facebook at transitionsequestriancenter.com. You can visit our website at transitionsequestriancenter.com, or else call me at 269-923-9088.
Well, now let's move into Michigan, and let's join the people at Majestic Friesians and a bit of their story.
They are our family, and we only want the best for them. No standing water means clean, good tasting, algae-free, mosquito-free, and virus-free water. No risk of electric shock, no risk of fire from faulty wiring. Cool water in the summer, warm water in the winter. Water delivered fresh from the water supply at 50 degrees year-round. Drinking Post water.
The rural American lifestyle. It's how we work, and it's how we play. It's how we learn and how we enjoy the finer things in life. How we take care of our animals and tend to the land. It's a way of life. Has been for hundreds of years. Now there's a whole new way for rural America to watch TV.
Hi, I'm Lori Brock with Majestic Friesians Horse Farm. We're here in Big Rapids, Michigan, and I guess I'm going to tell you a little bit about our experience with the Friesian horses and how all this started. We started breeding the horses about 18 years ago, and it was all because of a movie called Lady Hawk. We saw this movie, and I had to see and find out what kind of magical horse was in that movie. And that's when I started learning about the Friesian horses. and we imported 2 Friesian mares from the Netherlands, and from there we now have 35 horses. Our whole family is involved in the Friesian horses. My daughters Haley and Hannah both ride and both show, and we're involved in the expos and in a movie that we just filmed called Albion the Enchanted Stallion. That movie was filmed partially on our farm here in Big Rapids, and then we filmed in Florida, and then we went to Bulgaria, spending 2 months in Bulgaria with the horses. It's a magical film involving a little girl and the journey that she takes, and it's a wonderful film for all ages of all people. That will be out at Christmas time, and we also just got back from Breyerfest. Breyer honored us with being a guest horse at their Breyerfest this year, and they made a model in Nitrus's image. The model is called Dagdia, and we were able to go to Breyerfest and show people the horse, the movie, and some of the actors from the movie also showed up there. So it was a wonderful experience for our family. And while we were there, we got to show the horses off in different acts during the day, and then KYB Dressage allowed us to be in their evening show as well. So our whole family was involved in this, and it's been a wonderful adventure. Here at the Majestic Friesians farm, we specialize in breeding Friesian horses. We have tried to get the most top quality mares to breed to the most amazing stallions in the world. We are registered with Fauna and the Dutch bloodline. On the farm currently we have 10 breeding mares, and we are expecting 10 babies next spring. Our goal is to promote the Friesian horses across the nation and also to improve the breed. When you're dealing with the Friesian breed, it all starts with an approval of a Friesian stallion, and that is a huge process, and there are only a few of them in the world. But they are very, very strictly graded on their temperament, their movement, their attitude, their work ethics, and only a few of those horses will ever become approved stallions. But those are the horses that we breed our mares to. And our mares are top quality mares. We have only star, preferant, or model mares on the farm. And each one of those, we do have one that has a sport predicate as well. But we breed those to the top stallions in hopes of getting some amazing foals, which a lot of these horses that we've bred have become amazing horses. We have a stallion named Prodigy, Dulce Vita, Nitrus, and Hans are all trick-trained stallions that are all starting to do the expos. And Hans and Nitrus were both in the movie The Enchanted Stallion. I'm also president of the Michigan Friesian Horse Club, which means that we'll be putting on the Curing here in Michigan. The Curing is a show that features all the Friesian horses, and the Dutches from the Netherlands come over and evaluate all of our stock. It's a very exciting time. It'll be happening in Ionia, Michigan this year, and we'll be having the judges fly in. They'll be doing special clinics to teach us all more about the Friesian horses. It's open to the general public, and we encourage people to come. We'll be showing stallions. They'll be evaluating younger stallions, younger mares. All of our foals are presented to the judges for their evaluation and hopefully to be given a premium. The premiums are first, second, and third, and hopefully everyone hopes for the first premium babies. But they're very strictly judged, and that's what keeps the breeding pure and the animals looking as beautiful as they are, because the judges only want the best horses breeding to the best horses. Again, my name's Lori Brock. Hope you enjoyed your time with us, and if you want to learn anything more about the Friesian horses or about our breeding farm or possibly horses that may be for sale, please give me a call. My number is 231-250-8882, or my website is www.majesticfriesians.com. We'd love to have you visit us.
Well, right now, let's take a look at a performance by some beautiful Friesians at Transisitons Equestrian Center. Well, thanks for taking a look at the beautiful Friesians through the eyes of Majestic Friesians Farm and Transitions Equestrian Center. King Barns, located in New Holland, Pennsylvania. If you want a great custom-built barn, you got to contact kingbarns.com. All kinds of customized barns, top-grade materials, and wonderful custom design to meet your request. Please check out King Barns today. Source Nutrition. One of the fine sponsors, Source Nutrition, micronutrients developed from the seaweed harvested off the coast of Maine, aids in digestion, helps with older horses, keeps everything moving fine in your horse's digestive tract. Check out Source Nutrition. Timeless fence systems. They're non-conductive. They're self-insulating. They're maintenance-free. Beyond that, they're very easy to install. They'll last for years and years. Timeless fence systems. Check them out. And we'd like to introduce you to L&D Trailers. They're announcing their dealership featuring Equestrian horse trailers of Britain. A full line of high-quality trailers, and soon they're going to be introducing total vans, horse trailers, and comfortable quarters. Equestrian and L&D Trailers.